Alright everybody, Kyle here, and welcome to Islanders. This is a pretty simple, I say in air quotations that you can't see, simple, it's like a SimCity-esque strategy builder game. This is part of a game that I've already started, where I've built and expanded, and this one, you kind of have to expand into the water. We'll go through it by starting a new game. Islanders. Ooh, I have not seen a kind of island like this yet. So you see, pretty simple UI. Bottom left, we have the score out of 20. That essentially scales up with the points that we get. And on the bottom right corner, we have a little island icon, and that will fill up with each score bracket that we fill up. And with the plus button here, this is going to introduce different building opportunities in terms of what we get to place down. And here, this is the area that we have to work with. So I'm pretty much just moving around with my mouse. You can play the game one-handed for the most part, which is kind of nice. It's one of those simple, relaxing games and no time limit or anything. But the idea is to place things strategically so that you can keep leveling up. Because if you run out of things to place and you haven't hit enough, a high enough bracket, you lose. Since I don't see many trees, we're going to start with the seaweed farm. We have a lot of water around us, and so seaweed farm can be placed anywhere, but looks like putting it off in the corner over here. You know what? If we do this, can we put it over here technically? Yeah, okay. So I'm going to put one here, and having played the game, I know a few more of the ins and outs than when I was starting out. Putting the farms here closest to the main factory is really good, but placing these seaweed fields close, you get the points based on proximity. But if I have another seaweed farm over here on the rock, if it's in proximity to the fields that I already have placed, I'm going to get extra points for that. And you'll see how this works as we go along. And let's go farming. Because it's not just as simple as place the thing down and you're good. If you take a look, everything has a list of what gives you bonus points based on what falls within its bubble and also what's bad. So yeah, minus 20 if this mill is in range of another mill. And oh yeah, something else to mention right over here. This is why am I blanking out what it's technically called? No, we are continuing, thank you. This is the statue. And so there's going to be one on every island, and some things that get placed down get a fair amount of extra points for being close to those. So gonna leave it with enough room, so I think we can tuck this over here. And being able to tuck things away and stack them up essentially is going to be the most efficient way to do this. So we're going to try to fit everything as nicely as we can together. Go one. Sometimes I spend too much time lining things up, but you know, sometimes that's just how you go. Gotta scooch it. Okay, you know what? Not what I wanted, but we gotta move on. There's so much more to do. And then not everything is exactly relevant to the pack that you pick. It gives you a little bit more of the other things as well. So I already have the seaweed farm going on, so it gives me more seaweed fields. And we have another one to place. Can I sneak it in here? And you see, I just unlocked another tier. So the plus opens up. And then anything left over you can still keep placing down, and those points that you get will add to the next round, which is kind of nice. So if you're efficient enough at what you're doing, you kind of just keep stacking things up and up and up, and that works out pretty well. Ooh, a red city. Isn't that fancy? So since I know where this is going, I'm just gonna sneak it on in there, and look at that. Look at all those points. Ba-boom. And with the city, these things have a lot more complications. Right now, we don't have all the different parts that would affect it so much, but with the first city center, essentially, in its name, you want to put it in the center of everything. And since I've designated this area for farmlands somewhat, I'm gonna go right here for now. If we get that in range, then we can actually, you know what? Place this here. That's good, because the rocks in the game don't really have much of an effect. Here we have mansions. They have a small bubble, but if they get placed right next to the city center, you get the points. So the idea here is pretty much just like builds from the center out. And a clicky click. Boom. So we got a couple there. Get those points. And yeah, what I was saying is the rocks don't really have a big effect. They'll just disappear. So you don't have to worry about that. I haven't gotten so far where mining becomes a really big deal. So I'm not sure how that might affect later on, but we shall find out. Because I have fun playing this game, and I'm gonna continue on with it. And now I'm just stacking up the houses. You can see they have a bigger bubble than the mansions. So I'm building out from that first layer that I laid down. They're kind of like Tetris pieces with the different shapes, and the tighter knit you can fit them together, the better. And yeah, looks like we're just a little bit more than halfway on the island. And let's go pop a brewery in here. Hop fields, yeah. So this one can't be in range of another brewery. Seaweed farm, it'll get extra points. And the hop field, statue, warehouse, So nothing else too terribly much in terms of points. So we get 2 for that. And then we get 4 if we have this over here. You know what? That looks pretty good as it is. So we'll tuck that in over here. And we have the hop field. So we're just going to tuck this in along here, get them points, and we're good there. These fields, I'm just going to tuck them in. Ooh, get 10 points here. Not as even as I would like to place them, but you know, living with it. I think I'll survive. I don't know. Look at that. I would fix this if I could, but I would spend way too long. Now we have one more mansion to place. We'll see its shape. Yeah, I think this one will work in. It's not the best. If I do this, that still leaves a little bit of a section open for me to connect to later. So we get all those points, and we just completed this island. So if we wanted to, we could move on to the next. But with this one being as simple as it is, I found it's very helpful to use it as a learning tool, because you can sort of start going a little bit more experimental with how you place things and some of the more advanced options for building up your island as you go along. You can sort of figure it out without jeopardizing your progress, because now we can move on whenever we want. We can't come back. That's the thing. So once we finish this here, we're done. So might as well play around with it a bit and see how we do. Okay, so we're in range of the city center and these fields. If we get this windmill in range of the other one, I'm losing 20 points there. Not great. But here, get it in range of both of those. Can we get that one as well? Yeah, we can. That's a bunch of points. Look at that. I am a fan. And here we go. We have another seaweed farm. And oh, it's too close. Oh, but if I do this, have it pointing off in this direction, I get points for each one of the seaweed fields that I have placed already. And that's the kind of strategy that once you play the game, you start to figure out more and more. And it's just so fun. It's one of those things where it's simple, but it's like a lot of little mechanisms that play into each other, which is really cool. So we got this one. This one's also another little... Come on, you want to... Not the biggest deal. We can live with it. We're pretty good. And the shaman does not like the city center. -10. But statue, temple, flowers, and... Oh, you get points for seaweed fields. So technically that would be cool. But places that have lots of flowers, I also get lots of points. So up here, that's 21, 20, 23. Because I'm in range of brewery, all the different flowers, or no, I think that's a flower instead of the brewery, and the statue. So place that, boom. And then certain kinds of housing also likes the shaman. So in here, shaman is in here somewhere. Yeah, +5. So if I were to place a house in here, we get +10. And then, let's see, if we were still to do that, that's +9. We get the other points around. For the sake of demonstration, English, we'll place this here. We get those points. And now we have 2 options for upgrades because we keep going. And, you know, let's go for a fisher. Why not? Oh, since we have this shaman, let's go place this guy over here. Shamans don't like to be next to each other. Let's rotate him so that his door isn't into the ocean. Boom. And mansions, place where applicable. See, this one would have been in good shape to have, but oh well. So we got that one going on, and this one tucks in here. That's fine. Now let's build up the housing over this way, like the regular houses. Boom. And we got one more, and we're gonna get 15 points for this, and in range of the shaman, so we get extra points. Was meant to be. And let's see, city center and statue hut, seaweed field. Oh, -4 if it's in range of the seaweed farms though. So this is a more beneficial spot for it. Or it could come out here because since it's a fishing hut, it doesn't need to be attached to land specifically, but I want the point for the city center. So I'll see what else I can grab here. I got that and the city center in range. Sure. We'll go for that. Blink. And then, ooh, fountain. This is where we get a little bit interesting building up the city. Because you get points for the city center. Parks don't have those yet. The mansions and houses get extra points as well. So anything in range, boom, you're starting to build up lots of points here. And what's in range of the fountain when you place it doesn't have the same effect as when you go to place a house next to it afterwards. That doesn't add to the points because you get the points per object that you place down, essentially. At least that's what's the easiest way for me to think of it. If you have a different way, whatever works for you. And then housing. You can kind of see like the different districts essentially that build up, but you're not trying to manage them. It's just a matter of placing stuff nice and easy, and that's that. We're gonna get this one tucked in here, and we have a couple of more fields, and at this point we could keep going on. The first one's going to be pretty easy, and I think we should move on to the second island. So that is our island 1 built up already, looking pretty good, and we can't come back, but we'll see what the next one gives us. And let us start the next expedition. No way to return. I get it. And the way the UI looks for this game, it makes me think that it could be, ooh, look at this one, got lots of high peaks. Yeah, the way the UI looks, it's like I thought it would be a mobile game as well, but apparently it's not. I've looked it up. This would definitely be fun to play on the go, and I think it would be manageable to get some touch control UI going on in here. But let's see what we have. We have lots of flowers going on here, so I don't want to disrupt those in case we get our shaman guy going on, because he will pick up a whole bunch of points in this area for sure. Remember, the rocks don't matter, they will disappear. We have a quarry thing over here. I've never invested too much in the mining stuff, but let's see what we get. Farming, we'll start with seaweed. Start building off-grid, or like off-land. Shorework, ooh, different colors too. Everything is color coordinated, amazing. So this guy, unless in range of that, no big difference, so we're just gonna pop him right in here. Now let's just put him right on the edge. Sure. That works for me. See, I could have looked into placing him near another one of the small rocks out there, but we'll have enough going on otherwise. Nope. And nope. Whew. brick industry. Okay, let's go for this one because I am not familiar. Brickyard and sandpit. All right. Well, we're going to place this because I know what to do with this one. We'll squeak it on in there, get some points. Oh, yeah. So this one, Mason Warehouse Sandpit Statue. And this is a sandpit. If it's within range of the brickyard, that works. Huh. No drawbacks so far. Let's see what happens. Let's keep it in a decent range here. And, oh, these sand pits are huge. Oh, the radius is. It's like that can go there. But do the sand pits like each other? No, they don't. So we got to place them far out from each other so that they don't affect one another. So we can maximize points. And this one. That's not too bad either. I just don't want to start accidentally taking up space elsewhere. And since we're right here, that one's fine just for the points now. And I don't think that'll be too big of a deal later on, but you never know. Let's get started with the city. Over here is not really good space, so we're gonna go right here. 17 points, sure. Yeah, if we tuck it in here, then we're not disrupting too much of what the shaman might have going on a little bit later. So, ooh, I want to. No, we're going to continue. I don't know how to properly back out of placing a thing without accidentally placing it because the controls are so simple. So we have a square. I want to line this one up well. That's looking pretty good. And then we'll get another one. No, you were good. You were good. No. You know, I think that one's pretty good. That's looking good, yeah. And we'll get the houses going from here. Boop, boop, boop. How are we looking on this side? I feel safer with that one. And then this tucks in right here. Cool. Get them points. And then we'll sneak this right in here. So yeah, fun, chill game, and you just sort of keep going. Lumber and mason. Lumber, from my experience, isn't too important. Once you place them, they're kind of just out of the way. So, within range of the lumberjack. Not big enough to... Okay. So this doesn't matter too much here, but then what matters most is like the amount of trees that are in the area. This one I can tuck right next to the thing, get a fair amount of points, and we're good there. We'll keep expanding the seaweed farm. We'll expand it out so we can sort of try to reach out to this one, that rock, for the future one that will inevitably show up. Ba-ba-ba-ba. And only one mansion. Oh no. We're running short on mansions. Boom. And then will this house fit in? It does. Perfect. I like it. And then let's try mason. So brickyard. Ooh, we get points for that, having it. Tower, market, blah, 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 city center. That's fine. Okay. Brickyards don't like being next to each other. But then get points for those. I think this brickyard is just gonna have to deal with chilling. Pop it over here. Just in case. So this one will get extra points. Oh, it has to be on rock, doesn't it? Yeah. Oh, that's perfect. Out of the way. It's all good. And this one here doesn't get points for anything. Will that work? I get points for it over here. No. Oh, yeah. And that works for me. And we have another city center we could start building. but I'm afraid to bump the shaman because that's a pretty good source of points to start. If we can build up our homes to get enough points, looking like we can, we should be fine. Yep. So I'm going to leave the city center now, and then no shaman. We'll go brewing. Oh, we got lots of houses. Hopfield statue warehouse seaweed farm. Yeah, you would like over here. And then it should be a good area, yeah, to place these. Nothing else is going in too much over here. And then we can place the rocks. Yeah, that works. So this one is good in this corner for now. City center. I have to keep going. Oh, so we're in range of a couple of things. We're going to get some extra points. That'll be good. I can at least start building up the mansions around it. It'll be fine. We got the wee little bubble. And we got that one there. If that was enough points. And then I find it beneficial to bring the houses back to the main area because they connect to a lot more things and get a lot more points in general when they're next to a lot more. So I like to build them up in the area that I've already started. And then that frees up this space to add more mansions. Shaman, yeah, I want to take all the points I can from you as soon as I can. Because we could get 30, 33, okay. 27, and then that's in range. Yeah, 33 if we're sitting right there. 24, 18, minus 6. Oh, sitting right here. Can I tuck it and get any other points anywhere else? This right here is not a bad spot. 34 points, that's the most I can get for it. Because there's 26, that's 18. 34, sold. Look at those points coming in. We got it. And then this shape. You fit on the corner so nice. We got a few houses. Just build up this area right here for now. This is also good because once you get the fountain, you have a more built up neighborhood area. You'll get more points. That just works for me. So we'll keep it like that. And then this should be able to fit in here and be fine. And we get one more. And the island is complete. Statue, brickyard. Oh, 12 points here. Oh, because this was in range of something else? Why is it only... I don't know. That can go there. I think I'll push this island a little bit further, see what we can do, and then call it quits for this episode. I don't even know what time we're at for recording. Ooh, let's pop a fisher down. Ooh, we got a couple of nice. I don't have any yet, do I? No. And then seaweed fields, we get points. Puntos. So one there. I don't want them in each other's radius, and then I can get more points for it. This here. Oh, back that up, yeah. That works for me. I got a couple more mansions to throw down. Good. And racking up some good points here. I like it. Another shaman. This one would be pretty good in this vicinity. 26, 27. Shamans don't like to be next to each other. No. 15, 21, 34. Blah, 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 blah. Not going to get as many points as I did before. Not as great in terms of strategic placement. 26. Being right here. That's pretty good. No complaints. Let's go for it. Sweet. And house. We're gonna go 12. If we sneak this in here, sure. Not as many mansions as I could have gotten in there, but you know, whatevs. Fountain. This is the big boy. 34, 18, 32, 28, 26, 34. Look at those points. We are so good. So good. And this I remember fitting up here. Not in range with anything in particular. That's fine. That can just chill up in there. We have another fishery. I will not be able to get range. Okay, city center. We get points. Get a couple of points for those. Sure. Good for me. We could start another city center. We have not touched this place, so let's make one up here. Not going to fit too much, but it'll be a nice little mesa city. And we have another lumberjack. They don't like being next to each other. This one can't get out of range of that one. Oh, this one can pick up a few points, like right in here. Ooh, ooh, lots of trees. I'm liking what I see here. If we just tuck it in right next to the rock. Cool. I'll take it. Pick one. Get a hut. These are kind of cool. Because huts, city center, yeah, they get points from shaman and the seaweed farm. So it's like we're building up a little village, but oh, in range of 2 shamans at the same time. Can I do this and the city center? Without touching. Yeah, I can. Without touching that whatever thing. We got another one going on here. 14. Okay, so that was the most prime. That's fine. That can sit there. And then this one can come in here. So this one, even though we take a hit, it's only -1. So we can sort of stack those up in that area. Do fountains like to be next to each other? No. And since they have a pretty big radius, this one still works right here. Cool. I'll take it. And then we'll build up this area here. You know, this one's going to go over here. Cool. This one's just going to sneak right in and hug it. Cool. And park. Yes. Now we're getting to something else we have not seen yet. Perfect. So a park likes the fountains. Yeah, field plateau statue, blah, 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 nothing that. We have city center and the houses and mansions. So can we do this? No. Won't slide right in there. So we get 19, 18, 21. Here we get 19. Sure. Oh, and we get points for having it by nearby trees. I like that. So we'll place our little park there, and we can build up the park by putting them right next to each other. They seem to like to be in proximity to one another. Not in there. That doesn't like that. And then 16. Oh, city center proximity. Cool. Oh, it's got a couple of city centers in proximity. I like the looks of that. And I'm having fun building up this little city area up here. So we're going to continue with this one. Couple of houses. Since we're small, we can probably just like tuck these in here. This is not going to fit here. That one fits here. Cool. Another hut to throw down. Ta-da! And yeah, this is Island 2 looking pretty good. I could keep going pretty easily. Oh, plateau. No, we're going to keep going a little bit further. 2 plateaus. Ooh, these are cool because you can start expanding. You don't have to go on land with these. These can go right in the ocean. And you got more real estate. Oh, we can build off of these too? Sure. So that gives us points. And then this will give us more points because they're all right next to each other. And we can build on them. Parks on here won't do much. Park here. Cool. And then this park here, 13, 18. Sure. Oh, we got another one. So many parks going on here, guys. Oh my god. 18. I like the looks of that one. And this better be a prime house placement. I think we're gonna be fine. 12, 11, 17. This one tucked 16, 15, 16, 15. Wow. You know? That's fine. Okay, I could keep going and going. I said that before. Oh no, but we have a tower. You see, we just keep getting new things that keep going. Like I said, experimenting with the city, the island that you have that's already built up is prime. So we have this one here. That's good for me. A couple more mansions. See what we can do over here. No idea how long this episode's gonna be, but it's just chill to build up and just go with the flow, you know? That one. I've got another one. And another one. Towers, what do you like? You like mansions. This one's got lots of mansions. Balloon statue, So, since we have lots of mansions in proximity, this one. Oh, and it reaches those ones down there too? Okay. I see. So that one's 24, but I have lots built up over here. Oh, even with all those points, it doesn't get as much. 23. So you know what? These guys over here are getting the statue. And I don't think I can place another building in here. So tower, right there. Look at that. And that is actually a perfect way to end this because we got our tower. We got to try out a few things that we didn't on the first island. And I got to the point where it wasn't efficient enough to keep placing more things, but as you see now, you can keep expanding and expanding. So we have 1, 2, 3 city centers going on, and so much else. And you just sort of try to build and see where things fit. But yes, I am happy that the game has stopped me because I would keep going otherwise. So thank you everybody for watching this episode. I'm gonna have fun recording more, and we'll just leave it at that. So thank you for watching and stay tuned.